Hi everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are the Mengelas, and I know this vlog is rather long overdue, but they say it's better late than never. And maybe just a disclaimer while we are at it. The main purpose for this vlog is actually to document our personal experience, and if it's anything, we really hope that this vlog will serve as one of the valuable resources for future generations to understand the impact of the late Dr. President Hage Geingob's passing on the country and its citizens. And we hope by sharing our personal experience and documenting it, documenting the reaction of the Namibian people to the president's death, we will be contributing to our historical records. So for the purpose of history, on Sunday, the 4th of February 2024, the Namibian nation and the entire world received shocking news to hear that President Dr. Hage, who was aged 82, has died of cancer. He died at Lady Pohamba Hospital, where he was seeking treatment. Hagilolo. Hagila magna may bro. Yeah, I think I remember that. But their drive is also very fast, man. Don't tell me what's happening. Where are you? What are you doing? Huh? You are in, my lady. I can see you shying in the on and off.
The year was 2024.
2024, ne? Yeah.
Some people are up there.
So as you can see, the streets of Windhoek were packed. People were waiting to see the casket of the late president. And also, for cultural purposes, please don't kill us, all my Vambus. We are now aware that you're not supposed to wear that fabric or that material for a funeral, but in our defense, we were actually rushing to just not miss that opportunity. And also, this was then us trying to still view his casket in Independence Avenue. This date was the 24th, if I'm not mistaken, of February. This was now after the state has then officially announced when his funeral was going to be, and I think this was the last day of viewing or the last day of the procession before the actual funeral.
Please, man. Otherwise,
Okay, you guys, please, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Like, be on the pavement. Just climb on the pavement. So I'm surprised.
The cars are turning back.
And where are the people crossing to? I don't know. Why are they crossing now?
I don't know why people came like that.
Yeah, people are, they don't listen. Agalolo! They are coming very close.
When are we letting go, guys?
When his casket actually passes by? Give me one.
Give me one, mine also. When it passes by, we let go? Okay. No?
No?
Oh,
Oh my God! for my hugs. I'm hugs! Aguilala! I'm hugs! Aguilala! Unbelievable.
This is so surreal.
It's so sad that I never got a chance to personally meet him, but my observations from what I've been seeing on the socials and on news is that he was really a people's person, and he loved to engage with the youth. He liked to welcome people, and you know, the ladies here worked very closely to him, and that's the connection.
Yes, like I'm very. Yeah, because I
In one of the official statements from the Namibian president's office, they called Dr. Geingob the chief architect, and I just did some research as to why they called him the chief architect of the Constitution of Namibia. And according to my research, here are some highlights on his achievements, on leadership qualities and the legacy that he leaves behind. Dr. Hage Geingob was often referred to as the chief architect of the Namibian political and governance framework due to his significant contribution to the country's fundamental structures and policies. And here are just some of the key reasons I've found that gave him this title. He was one of the founding members of the SWAPO. Dr. Hage was a founding member of the Southwest African People's Organization, which is the leading movement in the struggles for Namibia's independence from South African rule. His early involvement laid the groundwork for Namibia's eventual independence. The role in independence negotiation, as a key negotiator in the independence talks, Dr. Hage played a crucial role in the diplomatic efforts that led to Namibia's independence in 1990. His diplomatic skills and strategic thinking were instrumental in securing a peaceful transition to self-governance.
Last words.
Last words. The best president, one of the best presidents in the entire world. My president, the best to ever do it. Our president, the people's president.
Yes.
I don't see tears.
Lolo.
I must see tears and done and candle.
Say it, yeah.
But it's in the knee.
They are dry now.
I'm even shaking, guys.
So this was us the next morning. We also wanted to view his body, because after the state paraded his body throughout the streets of Windhoek, they also laid it down at the Parliament's garden for anybody who wanted to view him for the last time. Paying our last respect to Hans Hagelolo. He's trying to go view, but it's full. And the cutoff is supposed to be at 11:30. And right now it's already 10:30 and the queue is long, so we don't know if we'll make it. And if it's even still viewing, or it's just rushing through. This is history in the making. No, it's full shame. Arguments no back. There by 9 o'clock it was still empty. Yeah, 9 o'clock we were watching live. It was still empty. Now everyone is ready. So this is the Parliament's gardens where the memorial service for the late president was held. official memorial service. Also, a big shout out to the Namibian people who came out big in numbers to really show support and love for the late president. So it's unfortunate that we didn't actually make it to view his body, but there was another arrangement for people to view at Independence, and that's where we made our way to.
I started to Mburuguta. So I didn't get to see him. The lines became messy and no order. There's so much distraction, but I understand there's another viewing later today or tonight at Independence. So yeah, we'll just make our way there. Huh?
Last minute things. Just check now then today. They were all after the thing, rush home, and tomorrow when they're about to go take it, then they will run
To go give him again last respect.
So that very same morning, we then also made our way to the Independence Stadium where they were hosting the official funeral memorial service. I beg your pardon. This is now the different ones from the one they held at his residence at Casa Rosalia. So this was the arrival of the different head of states that had confirmed attendance for the late president's funeral and memorial service. And according to Google, we had about 27 international delegates, of which 25 of them are head of states and head of government. And I'm just going to go through a list of them that I found on Google. This was the president of Angola, the president of Botswana, the president of the Republic of Burundi, the president of Sierra Leone, the president of South Africa, the president of Tanzania, the president of Finland, the president of Germany, the president of Ghana, the president of Kenya, the president of Zambia, the president of Zimbabwe, the president of Malawi, the president of Mozambique, the president of Qatar, the president of Council of State of National Assembly and Popular Power, Her Royal Highness Princess Anne, who's also a member of the British royal family, the president of Ethiopia, the prime minister of Lesotho, vice president of Equatorial Guinea, prime minister of Madagascar, prime minister of Rwanda, prime minister of Sao Tome and Principe. In all honesty, I didn't even know about that country. Deputy Prime Minister of Eswatini.
I'm trying to put in the Bengala's flag. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, at the stadium, Independence Stadium. Independence Stadium. The casket just arrived. But the view is bad, man.
And then there was also former heads of states that attended Dr. Hage Geingob's funeral, namely the former President Joseph Kabila of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Her Excellency former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia, His Excellency former President of South Africa, Dr. Thabo Mbeki, and His Excellency Dr. Jakaya, the President of Tanzania.
Blocking them?
Yes, but
Ulda must just not stick you. I think you should get this. I'll try and keep it higher though. We are almost. Maybe I think you're live. We are live. Yeah. Live. Yeah, literally.
And indeed, we were live. A friend of ours actually sent this to us.
Those, my dear. It's a Max.
Good afternoon. The remains of our departed president has arrived. I would like to ask those who came to rise in respect to him.
All of us here.
So this was the official opening of the memorial service for the late president, which was hosted at the Independence Stadium. There was also a lot of heads of states, as the list I read earlier, that each one of them had a tribute to give. We didn't manage to stay for the whole program, but we did listen to most of the tributes. And if it's anything really, also listening to just the tributes that were given by the Namibian people on radio and on TV, is that if you're picking up something, and I particularly remember this gentleman who said sometime, I think in 1994, if I'm not mistaken, the late president actually paid for his varsity tuition fees out of his own pocket. So this was a gentleman who had people's interest at heart. He was humble, and he really just loved engaging with people. And I strongly believe that he had built relationships that go beyond his professional life, you know. And maybe just to continue as to why he was also called the chief architect of Namibia, is that one very important one was that he was part of drafting the constitution. Doctor was the chairman of the Constitution Assembly that drafted the Namibian constitution. The constitution is widely regarded as one of the most progressive in Africa, established the legal and institutional foundations of the new nation. His contributions to this process earned him the reputation of being the chief architect of Namibian constitutional and legal framework. These contributions are one of the highlights as to why Dr. Hage is celebrated as the chief architect of Namibia, and we acknowledge his pivotal role in building and guiding the nation from its inception to its current state. And I hope, like me, you ask yourself this question when you heard about the president's passing, as to what are the implications of a president dying while in power? I mean, what are the constitutional procedures that follow such an event, and potential risks and challenges faced by the country in the absence of a chief in commander? And like he would jokingly say most of the times, like, yeah, I'm the chief in commander, you know. And I honestly just want to thank the Namibian leaders and the nation for such a smooth transition. If it's anything I'm grateful, is for the peace and stability that we really have in Namibia. Because I mean, a lot of you can probably agree with me to say that when the president dies while in power, it creates a period of uncertainty, and the immediate focus is to ensure stability and continuity of the government. And we know that typically the constitution already outlines procedures for succession, which may involve the vice president and other designated officials to assume temporary or rather interim leadership responsibilities. And Dr. Nangolo Buba was sworn in as the president. We also know that during this transition period, there can be quite a lot of risk to potential political stability, as well as concerns about the country's security and governance. But it's crucial for institutions and leaders to act swiftly and maintain order and reassure the public. And really, as a Namibian, and together with our leaders, we really navigated this challenging period, and we honored President Geingob's legacy, and while we still ensured the continuity of the government. So this was it. We didn't manage to go to Heroes Eka the next day, but long live the legacy of the President Hage Geingob.
Address to you. By next year, this time, if I'm around, I get sick these days. I'll be delivering it if I'm invited. The last one. That one I'm not going to talk goodbye. I'm not going to preach any philosophies. I tell comrade, it was good to know you. Don't let me deliver my speech now. It must wait for next year. But just to say goodbye.